And basically, what I'll do is I'll insert the decorative strips in the middle. I'll true up the edges on a planer or by hand, and then I'll glue it together. And once it's glued together, then I can sand it and then cut the shape and sand it to thickness. So it's pretty much like the top. Yeah, this goes quick. You can do this pretty quick.
What about the purfling? Is there are those things that you do in bulk on the side and you just strip it in later on when you need it? Or
you can actually buy purfling pre-made in the thicknesses that you want, and it's readily available. The purfling, the white purfling that I use, I actually make myself, and I do it the way that you've mentioned, in bulk. I'll make like maybe 50, 100 strips at a time, and basically it's just a matter of cutting the wood, running it through my my bandsaw, and then thicknessing it on a thickness sander. So it's not that hard to do. It is a little time consuming, but if you can spend half a day in doing it, you've got quite a bit, and it's a lot cheaper too than buying it. Yeah, it's for the bracing. And what I do is I have another jig here. If I can find it, so we'll go way over here. This is a jig that I made that has a 25-foot radius, and basically it's like a crater.
Oh, I see.
And took a while to make this, but it was well worth it, because with this I'm able to lay out my forms. Like, for instance, once this is glued together, I can actually clamp it. I use this as a clamping device. So once I shape this to the contour of this jig, which is a 25-inch radius, I can clamp it, and it will retain that shape. So, you know, it's that case again where the jig took a long time to make, but once you have it, it makes your work a lot cleaner and a lot nicer looking. But I use mahogany. I place it pretty much in the widest part of the guitar, and also straight down the waist. So that's where my bracing goes. Actually, I don't even measure it. I just eyeball it. Yeah. And as you can see, if we look at this guitar, there's a nice arch to it. If you look at it, you can see there's a nice arch. That was one of the hardest things that it took for me to really get down, is to get this arch, because the backs has to be, actually it has to match the contour of this concave shape in order to get a perfectly nice arched back. Because at first, when I was making the braces, I would make the arch in each brace, but then it would be this ugly flat spot. And I found out later that it has to contour this round concave shape perfectly, or else you'll never get a perfect arch to it.
All right, we've covered almost everything. What about the tuners?
The tuners that I'm using right now are John Gilbert tuners. He's a maker out of, he's actually a guitar maker here in California, in wood. And, but they're amazingly smooth to use. Once you get them adjusted properly, they work really good. And he offers it in...
Sure, people like to hear what this guitar sounds like. You want to play?
For the headstock. And I just like the way it looks.
So do I. So, if you're interested in purchasing one of these guitars, you can give me a call. You can contact me at the end of the show. There's information about how you contact the society. Incidentally, there will be meetings starting the first Friday of every month of the San Francisco Classical Guitar Society, starting in February, which might have already started by the time you see this show. It will be the first Friday of every month, 7:30, at 560 19th Street in San Francisco. Okay? Hope to see you there. Thank you, Alan.
Welcome.